Laura Sanko here, Quick Hits presented by Jose Cuervo, and I am with and still champion Rose Namajunas. Rose, we've seen you have emotional moments after getting the belt, tears of joy, perhaps tears of relief. What was the emotion this time?
I was just overall proud of myself. Yeah. You know, I wasn't attached to the result. I was just kind of in there and just doing my best. So the fact that, you know, I kind of pulled through on the end and broke her spirit, that's what made me the most proud of myself.
Given how things went last time, you getting the quick finish, was this the fight that you expected? Did you imagine it would be more of a drawn-out war?
I kind of thought that was a great possibility that it could have been a 5-round war. I was expecting maybe to be a little bit sharper in certain areas defensively, but you know, it's just something to work on next time.
We talk about breaking her spirit. I feel like you did that particularly with your counter wrestling and then your ability to grapple when you wanted to. Was that a big part of the game plan coming in? Because I think a lot of us expected Zhang to push the wrestling maybe more than you would, considering where her camp was, right?
Yeah, I've been working on my grappling this whole time. I mean, it's mixed martial arts, so, you know, ever since, you know, so it was a little bit of a challenge this week. You know, my coach, Greg, ended up getting COVID and not being in my corner. He's like my main grappling instructor, coach, and professor. So not having him in my corner, I had to rely on sort of the things that I've been working on with him for so long. But it kind of sucked. So I'm like I said, I'm with all the obstacles with, you know, Trevor having 2 other fighters, watching Gaethje and my heart rate.
Yeah, how did that affect you? My gosh,
dude, it was a huge the load on my shoulders for like the whole time, and then, you know, I've been doing, you know, filming a documentary and doing all this other stuff, the pressures of being a champion, you know. So I embraced it fully this time though. So I was able to deal with that, and like I said, proud of myself again.
You should be proud, and it's obvious that you really are embracing this role of a champion. But in the fight, it seemed like she was really targeting your leg. Did any of those kicks affect you, or did you start to feel those?
They definitely were really good low kicks. I will say that. Very well timed as well. She kind of ducking her head off too at the right angle. Yeah, like that was one of the things I wish I was a little bit sharper on my defense on, but at the same time, as the rounds went on, I felt like like she was starting to gas a little bit, and I was picking up the pace a little bit more and more. So like ultimately, they were good low kicks, but not enough to really, like, I guess, change the outcome.
Yeah. You are now, I think, 4-0 when it comes to rematches. I mean, that's a pretty incredible statistic, honestly. Yeah. And it says a lot about not only your fight IQ, but your mindset. And is there a certain satisfaction now having rematched Joanna and beaten her, having rematched Weili Zhang and beaten her as well? Is there a certain satisfaction in the type of fight that you had tonight, this type of win?
Yeah, I knew Weili was like new and improved 2.0, as Henry was saying. I knew she was gonna come in super ready. So I know that there was a lot of things going for me in this fight on the surface, as far as like just me knocking her out, having that over her, and paying attention to the fight. But I think ultimately I knew inside myself that I knew how much of a big challenge she was going to be. Yeah. So regardless, like, we all get caught sometimes or whatever, things happen. So for her to come back and overcome that, even though she lost, it definitely shows how strong of a mind she has. Yeah.
And it shows how strong of a mind you have as well, as you say, ultimately, to push through that fight for sure. Yeah. After you walked out of the octagon, you walked right over to who I believe are your parents. Is that right? Or no. Who was that?
Oh,
who was that?
Wait a minute. There was a few people I walked up to, but
you shared a moment with some folks.
Steve Silverman, Paula and Steve Silverman. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to your parents. I was like, that must be your parents.
My mom is not here. You know, she would love to be here, but I think it's a little nerve-wracking for her, and the 2 times she came to my fights, I lost. So it's maybe it's not the time for that.
Have you had a chance to talk to her yet on the phone or anything?
No, just before I left the arena, I texted her and called her a little bit earlier today. So I'm sure she's jumping up and down.
She's a proud mom right now for sure. You know, it's always unfair to ask these questions, but it's kind of the question that always gets asked at the end of these interviews, right? Who do you imagine you'll be facing next, and when?
whatever the UFC decides, you know. I guess whoever they think is next. Obviously, I was thinking Carla before, but who knows? You know, I would think she's pretty deserving, but like I said, we got to see what the UFC thinks.
Yep,
Woo-hoo.
absolutely.
Oh, my gosh! Get him! Get him! Woo-hoo!
Oh, Kamaru's having some big moments in this fight right now. Rose, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you
do
get to
this.
this fight. We're gonna leave it at this.
Ooh!
Oh,
You wrestling.
congratulations!
Oh, thank you.
I'm so proud of you. We are all so proud of you. Thank you so much. Go enjoy your victory. Thank you. Guys, keep
you.
it locked in right here.
Oh.
Clear.